around. Instead, she bounced directly at them, waving a piece of paper with so much enthusiasm that Claire was lucky to be able to tell it was a piece of paper. "You know," Caine said in an entirely too calm voice, "I kind of miss the old Morganville, when it was all scary monsters and dodging death. This would never have happened in the old Morganville. Too silly." Claire snorted, reached out, and grabbed Eve's flailing wrists. "Eve, what?" Eve stopped bouncing and grabbed Claire's hands, crushing the paper in the process. From the jittery pulse of her muscles, she still wanted to jump, but she was making a great effort not to. She tried to say something, but she just couldn't. It came out as a squeal that only a dolphin would have been able to interpret. Claire sighed and took the paper from Eve's hand, smoothed it out, and read it aloud. "Dear Eve," she began, "thank you for auditioning for our production of A Streetcar Named Desire. We are very pleased to offer you the role of Blanche Dubois." She was interrupted by more bouncing and screaming. Defeated, Claire read the rest silently and handed it on to Caine. "Wow," he said. "So that's the town production, right? The annual?" "I've been auditioning forever," Eve blurted out, dark eyes as wide as an anime character's. "I mean forever, since I was 12. Best I ever got was one of the Russian dancers for the Christmas performance of the Nutcracker." "You?" Caine said. "You dance?" Eve looked offended. "You've been to parties with me. You know I dance, jackass." "Hey, there's a difference between shaking your ass at a rave and a ballet." Eve leveled a black-nailed finger in his direction. "I'll have you know I was good on point, and anyway, that isn't the issue. I got the part of Blanche, in Streetcar. Do you know how wicked huge that is?" "Congratulations," Caine said. He actually sounded like he meant it, to Claire's ears at least, and she was pretty sure he really did. He and Eve yanked at each other's chains hard enough to leave marks, but they really did care. Of course, Caine was a guy, and he couldn't leave it at that, so he continued. "Maybe I should go out for it. If they picked you, they'll love my Marlon Brando impression." "Honey, nobody likes your Brando. He sounds like your Adam Sandler, which is also terrible, by the way." Eve was calming down, but she was smiling like a lunatic, and Claire could tell she was on the trembling verge of another jumping fit. Which was okay, really. Eve excited was quite a show. "Oh my God, I've got to find out about rehearsals." "Page 2, Claire said and pointed at the paper. On the back was a neatly printed schedule of what looked like an awful lot of dates and times. Wow, they're really working it, aren't they? "Of course they are," Eve said absently. "The whole town turns out for... Oh, damn. I'm going to have to call my boss. I'm going to have to switch shifts for some of these." She hustled off, frowning at the paper, and Claire sighed and leaned her back against one wall of the hallway while Caine took the other. He raised his eyebrows. She did too. "Is it really that big a deal?" she asked him. Caine shrugged. "Depends," he said. "Everybody does go, even most of the vampires. They like a good play, although they're usually not so hot on the musicals." "Musicals?" she repeated blankly. "Like what? Phantom of the Opera?" "Last one I saw was Annie Get Your Gun. Hey, if they'd put on Rocky Horror Picture Show, I'd definitely go. But somehow I don't think they'd have the guts." "You don't like musicals? Unless they involve transvestites and chainsaws?" Caine pointed both thumbs back toward his chest. "Guy, in case you forgot." That made Claire smile and tingle in deep, secret places. "I remember," she said as indifferently as she could, which was not very. "And I'm changing the subject because I need to get to work." A glance at the window told her that it was an ice-cold spring afternoon, with the freezing Texas wind whipping old leaves down the street in miniature tornadoes. "And so do you. Soon." Caine pushed off and crossed the distance fast, pinning her in place with his hands flat against the wall on either side.